Okay, it's 7 now. Let's start the session now. First, I will let you know about the session. My name is Miraj Hassan Qureshi. I am representing Earth Needs Loves organization, and we will having our session on empowering women to combat for the plastic pollution. And we have our guest here, Leena Joshi. So first, let me introduce myself. Myself is Miraj Hassan Qureshi, having environmental background and working as an environmental health safety expert for the last 10 years. And about the organization, Earth Needs Loves, it is a voluntary group which promotes participation of the youth and public in learning and working about the improving environment. And right now, this club is established in Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nigeria, and Kenya. This all about the organization, and then we move towards the speaker. We have Leena Joshi here. Leena Joshi is a young youth leader, a community builder, and advocate of gender equality. She have found an Ethereal Inc. organization at the age of 14, and from that time, she has empowered young girls by mentioning them about climate advocacy. And she has worked with in numerous organizations, including UNFCCC, and found a club named Girls Up. She's an author, poetess, writer about the climate and the gender equality. I think I have explained a lot about the Leena. Leena, it's enough?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, as we all know that we are celebrating Environment Day, which is celebrated every 5th of June to describe all the problems faced by the environment. So this year we have the theme which is called Solution to the Plastic Pollution. So what we think about the plastic pollution, where it originates. We know that excess of everything is bad, and when we overexploit the usage of anything, it causes problem. So in the same case, plastic is overexploited, which causes a huge problem, not for ourselves, but for the whole world. And it not only impacted the land, but also mostly impacted the oceanic life, and which cause problem to the oceanic life, mainly due to the starvation and the entanglement issues. But this problem is not limited to the marine ecosystem, it's going global, as we also know that the microplastic is already entered our food chain. So that's enough for the introduction of the solution to the plastic pollution. Now we move towards our speaker, Leena Joshi, who will tell about how to empower women in fight against the plastic pollution. Over to you, Leena.
Thank you. Can we present the slides?
Yes, Lena, of course. You are free to share the slides.
I'm unable to share the slides. Is it okay if I go on without it?
Now you can try. I think there was some setting error. I have fixed it now. Can you please try again?
No, it's not working actually.
Just wait a second. Let me make you the host. Might be that works. Just give me a moment. How about it? Can you please try again?
Sure. Uh, is it visible?
No, Lina, not visible.
But it's showing on my screen.
Mm. Yeah, it's visible now.
Is it visible now?
Yeah, it's visible now. You can start.
Okay. So thank you all for joining me today as I shed light on a critical aspect of the battle against plastic pollution and empowering women. As we gather here to discuss practical solutions for reducing plastic waste, it's essential to recognize that achieving a sustainable future requires gender equality. Together, we must strive to create a world where gender equality and environmental stewardship walk hand in hand. Plastic pollution has become a global crisis, choking our oceans, harming marine life, and impacting human health. The statistics are staggering. More than 8 million metric tons of plastic waste enter our oceans each year, endangering biodiversity and ecosystem. It's clear that urgent action is needed to address this issue and create a lasting change. To address any issue effectively, it's crucial to comprehend its magnitude. Plastic waste poses a significant threat to our planet as it takes hundreds of years to decompose. Consider these startling statistics. For example, every year approximately 8 million metric tons of plastic ends up into our ocean, equivalent to dumping one garbage truck of plastic waste into the sea every minute. Plastic microfibers have infiltrated our food chain, with studies showing that their presence is in seafood and even in table salt. Now, armed with this knowledge, it's our responsibility to take action. So, why empowering women matters? Gender equality is not just a moral imperative, it's a pragmatic strategy for solving complex global challenges. Women play a vital role in society, and their empowerment is key to achieving sustainable development. When we empower women, we empower communities, families, and future generations. By involving women actively in the fight against plastic pollution, we unlock their potential and create a more inclusive and effective movement. Education is the foundation for change. By providing women with access to environmental education and awareness programs, we equip them with the knowledge to understand the consequences of plastic pollution and inspire them to take action. Educated women become powerful advocates, capable of driving behavioral change within their communities and spreading the message of sustainable practices. Empowering women economically is crucial for their inclusion in the fight against plastic pollution. By creating opportunities for women to become entrepreneurs, we enable them to develop innovative solutions and drive the transition to a circular economy. Supporting women led businesses, providing access to funding, and promoting green jobs can unleash the potential of women to develop practical solutions for reducing plastic waste. Representation matters. Women's voices must be heard in environmental decision-making processes at all levels. By promoting women's leadership and providing them with equal opportunities to participate in policy discussions and initiatives, we tap into diverse perspectives and foster more inclusive solutions. Empowered women can drive systematic change, transforming policies and practices to combat plastic pollution effectively. Empowering women requires collaboration across sectors and forging strong partnerships. Governments, NGOs, businesses, and civil society organizations must join forces to create supportive environments for women's empowerment. Collaborative initiatives that engage women and provide them with platforms to share their knowledge, experiences, and ideas will lead to more robust and practical solutions in the fight against plastic pollution. So there are some challenges and solutions for reducing plastic waste. We should be rethinking our consumption habits, promoting recycling and waste management, and support innovation, and we should advocate for change. It's no longer enough to simply be aware of the plastic waste crisis. We must actively pursue practical solutions by rethinking our consumption habits, promoting recycling and waste management. Supporting innovations and advocating for change, we can pave the way for a cleaner, healthier future. Let's remember that even the smallest actions, when multiplied by millions, can make an extraordinary impact together. Let's embark on this journey from awareness to action as we strive to reduce plastic waste and create a sustainable world for generations to come. In conclusion, empowering women is not just an option, but a necessity in our battle against plastic pollution. By recognizing the unique contributions women can make, we harness their potential to drive positive change. Education, entrepreneurship, leadership, and collaboration are the building blocks of women's empowerment, enabling them to become agents of transformation in the fight against plastic pollution. So let's commit ourselves to creating a world where women are equal partners in creating practical solutions for reducing plastic waste. By empowering women, we not only protect our environment, but also foster social progress, ensuring a sustainable and inclusive future for all. Together, let's embrace this powerful force for change and work towards a plastics-free world. Thank you.
Thank you, Lena, for the beautiful presentation you made for the participants. So we are opening the question and answer sessions. Anyone have questions? You can ask the questions with our guests here, or you can drop a question in your chat box. So the moderator will ask the first question. Lena, I want to ask, what are the typical challenges faced by the women in the field of climate or environment, and how they are catering these challenges, and are these the challenges which you will tell us are still they are facing, or they are catered?
Women face several challenges in the climate space. These challenges can be categorized into social, economic, and political barriers. Women are underrepresented in the decision-making processes related to climate change, mitigation, and adaptation. This lack of representation results in policies and strategies that fail to consider women's needs and perspectives, which leads to less effective outcomes. Women are also disproportionately affected by the impacts of climate change, specifically in rural areas. They are often responsible for water and food security in households, and they have a higher risk of displacement and loss of livelihoods due to environmental disasters. Climate change exacerbates existing gender inequalities and increases the burden on women. Climate change and environmental degradation can intensify gender-based violence. Displacement, resource scarcity, and increased social tensions can lead to a rise in violence against women.
Okay. That was a great answer from Delina. Anyone who has questions, you can ask. You can unmute your mics and you can ask the question if they have any. Do you have questions? Anyone? Yeah, one of the guy, the Sikh Heather has asked, I have same question about what challenges they can face in our society regarding the present side by side. So it's been already been answered. Continuous be able to think. One of the guys, Chamika Chitidozi, I have a question. Please unmute your mic and ask the question. There's a question, how can we minimize the use of plastic in our society? Dr. Shahidadil.
So there are two levels. One is we can take action from our end personally, that is the individual level. And the second is systematic change that can be taken from the end of governments, industries, and big corporations. So what we can do is like minimize our plastic consumption. That is pretty basic. And we can practice the form of minimalism. And yeah, that's it.
Okay, great.
Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Hello? Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you. You can ask your question.
Yes, I asked a question in the first section. So I want to ask another question. Thanks so much, Yoshi, for the presentation. I quite understood everything you said about the power women in the fight against plastic pollution. But I think here in Lagos, in Nigeria, there's not much awareness about women trying to fight against plastic pollution. So what are you guys doing to ensure that other countries who are not involved and be involved, so that we can all together fight against plastic pollution? Because I understand that the use of plastic pollution is overexploited, like you said, which today is affecting the whole world, not just the ocean, but even humans. And if I may ask, in your lecture, you said 8 million metric of plastic waste enter the ocean annually. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, there was a lot of noise.
Line?
Hello?
I couldn't hear it properly.
Hello? Hello?
Chamika, there's a background noise in your side. Can you
Hello?
please? Jamika, there is some lot of noise on your background. We can't hear you.
Hello, can you hear me?
You can write your question in the chat box. Hello, you can write your question in the chat box also.
Okay.
Okay. There is a question by Zubair. What can be the best substitute for plastic?
There's a lot of research going on. Scientists are working hard to look for alternatives for plastic. And for us, what we do is like switch to glass packaging or steel packaging. For example, instead of using plastic straws, you can use steel straws or paper straws as an alternative to plastic. Any other questions?
Ma'am,
Yes.
I have a question. Is my voice clear to you? Hello.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, no. Your voice is clear.
My question is that when women used grocery sacks instead of using plastic bags, grocery sack made of cloths, that will be more suitable than using the plastic bag for house grocery from the market. That may be very helpful for reducing the plastic waste.
Yeah,
Is there any other alternative way without someone feel that when they are using plastic bags in now such a era, they feel ugly or some bad impression in their mind that they are using cloth made bags which are making them are feeling them lower in the society, and they use plastic bags more for their not for using or the purpose in useful way, but only for using as a fashion way, that they are using the plastic bags because they are more educated or more sensible than using those who are using the plastic cloth bags instead of plastic bags.
what was the question again? Can you briefly ask your question again? It was more like a comment, I guess.
No, you can ask your question in the chat. We have Steve Oreo or Orovo. So
Steve, can you
Walid,
ask your question, please?
1 second. Walid, would you please keep your mic muted because it is creating a lot of disturbance.
There is echo. There is echo everywhere. Can you hear me? Can you see me, guys?
Yes, Steve, and you're looking amazing today.
Thank you very much. Just a quick one.
We can also hear the echo ongoing. You can ask your question,
Yeah,
it's safe.
Just a quick one. My question is, it's just one. What are some of the best ways of reducing plastic pollution?
I was unable to hear that because your voice was echoing.
Steve, can you repeat, please?
Sorry for that. My question is, Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
hear you.
Yes, my question is ways of regulating plastic pollution.
It was echoing again. Can you please write your question in the chat?
I guess he wants to ask that what is the best way to regulate plastic pollution?
Yes, that's the question.
I totally lost it. I can't hear you.
Lena, Noor has shared the question in the chat. You can read it from there. Steve asked that what is the best way you think to regulate plastic pollution?
Okay. The best way to regulate plastic pollution on an individual level will be through reusing it. Remember the term reuse before recycle. So if there's a plastic bottle, if you can reuse it, it's better to always reuse than to recycle. And on a systematic change, there are a lot of recycling facilities available. It's always better to recycle it than to mindlessly throwing it away. Otherwise, it'll end up in our oceans. Any other questions?
I think we're not having any more questions. For
Um,
now, I would really love.
Yes,
For now, I would really like to ask. Okay, Anuman, go ahead, please.
Actually, I belong to an area by the name of Jafrabad, which is most flood affected area in recent floods. And it's the area, just we say that it's a backward area of Pakistan. So my question is that how can we make understand the women of this area, even they are not educated, they are we say that they are as farmer as we have some what we say men's, so they are equal to the men's in cropping fields or etc. So my question is that how can we make understand these females that don't waste plastics and have you got my point?
Yeah, I got the point. If you personally want to take action to empower those women, you can join local youth organizations and organize local workshops in order to educate them or spread awareness among them.
Okay, actually, it is the as I said that this is the backward area of Pakistan, and there is no any organization which is which work for this.
Miraj, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, you can proceed with the next question, and we have to end the session as well. And before ending, we have to go to the Menti session again. So you can, Amal is raising his hand, and after his
Yeah.
question, we can go to the Menti session.
Okay. Amar Khan, you can unmute your mic and ask your question, please.
Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible.
Yeah, as you know, as we write about a lot, and the plastic is, it's made of very complex material, So two things are not going to help us first reuse and other recycle. A recent article on Guardian said that we have found more compounds. Those compounds which use it doing recyclable, we found out compounds on our food. So my question is here, I think biotechnology will help us by extracting some kind of organisms which they decompose it or make as a food for them. And so my question is, how or will be biotechnology will be helping us at that much level, like in the so complex material?
Even scientists don't know that yet, but there's a lot of research going on, as I said before, and hopefully they can come up with solutions to break down plastic.
Yeah,
I hope.
Lina, may I ask another question? Yeah, you are asked about how to decompose this plastic and all the stuff, but till now there are no microorganisms that have been developed to answer this problem. But this problem is being tackled through the process which we call as waste to energy. The plastic waste and other things which are gathered and burned to get energy, and this type of energy which we obtain is then converted to electricity, which is used in the industry. I know many of the industries which burn their waste, and their waste of one industry can be used as a raw material for the another industry. So in this way, they can reduce the waste, and it can be used in many other beneficial ways. So I know some of the plastic generated factories whose waste is just plastic, and some other industries who take their plastic waste, burn with their fuel, and get with having a high calorific value plastic, and burn them and get energy and energize their whole industry with this plastic. So in this way, the plastic can be used. You can take the example of Singapore. Singapore is working on the waste to energy sector, and they burn their waste and get energy, and in this way they are energizing the Singapore.
But yeah, sir, burning plastic, it will produce carbon monoxide, which is direct.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. But the industries which are using this technology also using scrubbers and other technologies who can reduce this carbon monoxide and other air polluting agents and reduce them.
I totally got it. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. You're welcome. We have Lina, can we take some more questions?
I think we're running short of time now. We can, everyone can reach out to me. I'll put in my details in the chat if you have any further questions, if that's okay.
Okay, everyone, Lina is dropping her link, and you can drop the questions, and then she will be answering your question further. So we are having our Menti session. Yes, Lina, over to you. Menti.com.
Meanwhile, Lina is dropping her email ID. You can all answer the question on the Menti. The question is that how women can solve the crisis. Like we have talked about the women empowerment. We have talked about how the plastic crisis is here. So what do you think that how women can play their role to solve the crisis? The link is in the chat and you can respond. Also, you can type menti.com, MENTI.com, and use the code 51180813, and you can answer the question. So we have a lot of questions here, answers here, sorry. So like someone is interested to know about sustainable use. Women can solve crisis by teaching their families, children, and save them from the bad habits. We have one response says that women should wisely segregate the waste. Women are being involved in every stage of the plastic recycling value chain. They educate their communities about the advantages of the reduce, reuse, recycle approach and manage their local waste collection. We also have, as a wife, role in house chores and children character building. Excellent. Behavioral changes. As a policymaker, politician, and government official, equal representation can help. They're very nice. As we know that the kids first learn from their mother. So if a mother is well aware about these issues, she will guide her kids, and so the world can become a better place. Women can choose to store food in reusable containers rather than using single-use plastic wraps. As we know that the kids first, women can play a huge role to solve this crisis by educating their kids, educating their families, raise awareness, and try to minimize use of plastic in household. Women can solve the plastic pollution crisis by advocating for sustainable practices, promoting reusable alternatives, supporting recycling initiatives, and raising awareness about the issues. And we have a lot of more. And thank you so much for all the answers you have given. Just to let you know that whatever you have responded here on the Menti session, it is going to be a part of a policy brief, which we are going to establish under our campaign, Women for Environment. Women for Environment is a campaign under The Earth Needs Love. And if you are a woman and you want to be the part of it, you can always reach us out at the email I have shared in the chat, because I'm really, really looking forward to have women from all over the world. Like we have right now, we are more than 30 women who are working together to empower women and to educate women about the environment and climate and sustainable development, of course, but we need more women, and we are mostly from Asia and Africa, but you are most welcome to join. If you are a woman, so you can be the part of this campaign, and it's a campaign by the women for the women. And thank you so much, everyone, for joining, and thank you so much for all the responses we have got. Also, I would really appreciate if you can turn on your cameras for a good electronic picture. And meanwhile, you can also mark your attendance in the link, which I'm going to share shortly in the chat. So just turn on your camera. I'm going to take the electronic picture, and you can also, mark your attendance, because this is the only way you can get your certificate. So turn on your camera, and the camera is the video, right? Yeah, of course. What else it could be right now? So the camera is the video, and you can turn on your camera, turn on your video, so I can capture your photo. Moreover, feel free to mark your attendance, because this is the only way you can get your certificate. And also, just to let you know that this is the second session of today's series. We are having two-day series on Beat the Plastic Pollution. That this is the second session which is over, and we are going to have our third session at 8 o'clock Pakistan time, which is almost 20 minutes later. So you can stay in this meeting, or you can join after 20 minutes again to be the part of the next session we have. And I'm going to take the photo in the next 5 seconds. So 5, 4, 3, 2. Also, I don't know in which frame you are. So we are having 4 frames. So just keep on smiling until I say, okay, I'm done. Okay, so still one more photo. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Biraj, for being the wonderful host. Thank you, Lena, for being so positive and so vibrant, and so, being a young girl and talking so much about plastic, which is a major crisis. It is so inspiring to learn about your work, to learn about plastic, and I'm so happy to have you here. We are also happy to have you, especially and the audience as well. And Miraj has rocked the session. Thank you, Miraj, for being the wonderful moderator. Thank you, everyone who joined. Any last word from you, Miraj? And then we can mute ourselves and wait for the next session. And if you're comfortable, you can leave the session and join again after 20 minutes for the third session of the day. Over to you, Miraj.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Lina, for the great one, and especially from Lina. So in future, we will be catching you and have a wonderful session like this. And thank you once again. Thank you, everyone. And we will continue our efforts to empower women in every aspect of sustaining the environment. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you, Lina.
Thanks so much for having me.
Thank Thank you, Lena. Thank you, everyone. And you can stay here for the next session, but we are still having 20 minutes for the next one. So you can leave the session and you can rejoin. The same link will be used. And yeah, the next session is about the power of one. What is your role? What your role could be to beat plastic pollution. And we are having another set of panelists for that session. So stay with us, or you can rejoin after in 20 minutes. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, the host and the speaker and all the audience we had. We had wonderful audience, and stay tuned for the 20 minutes.